She burst onto the international stage at the Republican National Convention with a rousing rebuke of Joseph Biden's scandalous claim to be a devout Catholic, and she has no intention of backing down. Hello, I'm John Henry Weston from LifeSiteNews, and of course I'm talking about Sister Deirdre Byrne, who sat down with LifeSite's Danielle Zuccaro recently outside of Washington, D.C. for a brief interview on how she became famous and why all Catholics need to remember that, in her words, it's all about the babies.
All right, Sister, tell us the story behind how you got invited to speak as a Catholic sister to the Republican National Convention.
I was praying in the chapel. I was really distraught. It was during the right before the Democratic Convention, and all of a sudden a lot of news was coming out about the good Catholic Biden, and they were showing a lot of footage with the Pope Francis and just really building up his Catholic faith. Yet I knew that if he was to win, all the good work that President Trump had done with the life issue, and we had come so close, and I can't remember if the Supreme Court Justice had been voted in yet. I can't remember, but we were all excited about that. So I was just praying and distraught and worried. And so I just asked the Lord to use me in any way He wanted. I'm a medical doctor. I do work mainly general surgical work, but I also have a mission with doing abortion pill reversals where we can reverse. So I do have my hand in a little bit of pro-life work, but I really felt inadequate and I wasn't doing enough. So I just prayed and asked the Lord to use me in any way He wanted, that I was, to be His girl in a sense. And just really, pensively praying, and about 2 hours later, I received a call from the White House, and they asked if I would be willing to speak at the Republican National Convention. And I said, well, can I speak on the sanctity of life? And they said, you sure can. So they called me back a few days later and secured it, and I let my Mother General know that I was invited by the White House to speak on life, and she was very excited about that. She went, she's in Rome, she's an Italian. Later on, when she realized it was in a Republican convention, she was not as thrilled about that. But I got her, support, and she sent me a message back. She said, "Please do all the pro-life work you can do." So that's how that happened.
Wow. So what would you say to Catholics? Like, you're a Catholic sister and speaking in front of the entire U.S. What's the role of Catholics in the public life?
It's a critical role. We are, human beings who integrate and work and live, and we're the word of our Lord. So it's really important that we are out there as Catholics, living with a big C Catholic, living the faith and bringing the love of Christ. That's really what it boils down to. Christ loves me, He loves you, He loves all of us. And we have to bring that love to everybody, because it's a question of saving souls. And God saves souls. I'm not going to, but I have to. It's sort of like when you're on a plane, the oxygen drops and you put it on your mouth. You have to take care of yourself first. So I try to encourage people to be in the state of grace, to go to confession frequently, as often as you need to. Weekly would be wonderful. Go to Mass as often as you can, receive our Lord, to be battle ready and prepared, to be in the state of grace. Once we're there, we can bring Christ to others. And as St. Philip Neri said, Lord, I can't be trusted, don't leave me for one moment. So that's how I feel in my own life. But we have to bring Christ to the world, because He is the answer to all that has been happening. And we have to, share the love of Christ, not only with people who are walking and talking, but we have to really, the number one really is our unborn brothers and sisters. So that's why I felt it was important to share about the sanctity of life. And don't be afraid, like some heroic priests are saying, don't be afraid to speak truth. with love. And because we're not going to turn the Roe v. Wade around, not necessarily through the courts. We have to change the hearts of people, help them to realize. Most of the big pro-choicers, like Dr. Bernard Nathanson and the woman who was Roe, they converted to Catholicism. They had a change of heart and became the biggest voice for life.
Yeah. What's one thing you would say to pro-life America as we head into the next 4 years?
Don't be afraid. God's in charge. Be battle ready. Be prepared. Pray the rosary. Go to Mass. Go to confession. Be in the state of grace. We may be a smaller, faithful church, but we will be mightier. And pray for our priests. Pray for courage in our bishops. And we can't rest on 4 more years of President Trump's what is that called again? Laurels. But so we have to just fight that much harder, because it's all about the babies. It's really all about the babies.
Awesome. So, what does LifeSite mean to you?
LifeSite has been a great connection for me as far as learning about the vaccine usage, what's happening in the church, not only here in the United States, but around the world. So it's been a great connection for me, and I appreciate all the hard work that you all have been doing. So the little folks here in D.C. are cheering you on, so thank you.